Hello everybody and welcome to my presentation on the geography, climate, and self-sufficiency and sustainability of each of the 9 regions in the province of Skyrim. If you don't know what Skyrim is, it is the 5th installment of the Elder Scrolls series. It is a fantastic game. I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't already. If you're a gamer like myself. But as at first glance, the geography as a whole is very interesting because we got these major mountain ranges that surround the entire province, so it's very isolated. We do have this very cold sea up to the north, unfortunately. But it is the northernmost province in all of Tamriel, which is the continent that everything else is on here. Just so you know. But this is going to be in order of which I talk about. We have the Pale, Winterhold, Eastmarch, the Rift, Falkreath, Whiterun, the Reach, Yellmarch, and Solitude. Or not Solitude, that's the capital city. Haafingar, there we go. Got some pretty cool names in there. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the Pale. We've got a pretty lax upper region here, not a whole lot of mountain stuff going on, so that's cool I guess. But if you look at this climate, oh crap. Lots of snow. Whatever precipitation they get is just in the form of snow, and by God do they have a lot of it. Hence the name, the Pale. They do got mountains down here though, and to the east, southeast, which forms this cold, depressing, windy valley that hosts an inn, apparently. But the capital city of Dawnstar is nestled in this little bay here, and they do have a port. So originally I was going to say that this region is completely boned, that they're not going to survive. However, they do have 2 mines in their city. So it's right there. All that revenue generation they can trade with other settlements such as Solitude, if they were siding with the Imperials, of course, but I'm going to do that. And of course going over here to Windhelm, which they would do, because they are aligned with them in the game currently. That's political lore. I'm not going to get into that. You can find out for yourself. Lots of cold Arctic wind coming from the Sea of Ghosts here, though. It's a really depressing region. So, are they truly self-sufficient? Is the Pale really good on their own? Nope. No shot. They are not going to survive on their own. They rely on trading heavily. So now, that brings us to the next one, Winterhold. This is even worse than the Pale. The geography is abysmal. Got this valley forming from these mountains here, which are even taller from over there, by the way. Got this depressing glacier icy valley. Got all these islands over here that are kind of a pain to traverse because there's no boat travel in this game. And we got the capital city of Winterhold here, the same name as the hold. It's the region itself, and we got the College of Winterhold too. Now you may be wondering, why is there a bridge right here? Why is it so narrow? It's so dangerous. Well, let me show you why. Let me tell you why. There was a thing called the Great Collapse. It was a seismic event that the Jarl of this town blames the mages at the college over here for. He says that they were trying to isolate themselves because they're prejudiced against and they're discriminated and all that. Nah, it's just a nasty conspiracy. It's actually what happened. But look at that. Super dangerous to cross because it's just on its last legs there. It's just made it because everything that was once part of this city is now down there. This used to be a great seat of power, and I'm sure they had a port somewhere, but that's dead and gone. Lost to time now, thanks to seismic activity and earthquakes. Man, those suck, don't they? But the self-sufficiency is, it's literally non-existent here. There's no shot that they can survive on their own. Even It's even worse than the Pale because, yeah, they got one mine, but the trading is all they have. They have nothing here. Used to be powerful, not anymore. Moving on. This is boring and sad, so let's go to Eastmarch over here. The geography is very cool. Huge rock wall cliff going up here. So they're down here, nice and neatly nestled. You got some cool water access here. The White River coming down. Let me show you what. Here's a better map. Nice river stuff going on. Got some ponds here and there. But we do have sulfur ponds, which is a hint to volcanic activity. So that might be dangerous in the far future, but that doesn't really matter right now. They do have 3 farms, which are in the snow. Surprisingly so. That rhymed. That was unintentional. Pretty cool though. They have... That's 2 mines. Yeah, they got 2 mines here. No, 3 mines. Yeah. Great revenue generation. And they got 1 wood mill too, so that's a decent amount of productivity going on, but it's not nearly as powerful as the next region, which I will get to. But the verdict, are they self-sufficient? The climate up here is kind of unforgiving, but they have 3 farms here apparently, so they're really dedicated. So it goes to show how sufficient these people are. They don't need to depend on other regions for help. Are they self-sufficient? Yes, absolutely. However, we're gonna hop over here to the Rift now. This is, in my opinion, the most self-sufficient region in all of Skyrim. They've got a tame mountain pass over here that goes east to Morrowind. They've got mountains hugging them from all sides, except for this cliff face that goes straight down over there. But it's perfect defensive position for them, perfect cover. It's a beautiful temperate forest here, with nice autumn-style leaves, I guess. Looks like a fall setting, but it's just like constant, I guess. The seasons never change. They've got... Oh boy, you're gonna love this one. They've got 4 farms, 2 of which are wheat mills. So there's an insane amount of productivity going on here. They got 2 towns here, Shorestone and Iverstead, and the main capital is the city of Riften. Yeah, they don't need anyone else to survive. They got lots of water here, lots of cover, great defensive position. Not to mention they've got the Dawn Guard over here, which is sort of a militia that hunts vampires. It's really cool, it's a really dope quest line. If they need help from them, which they probably won't. But they've got a beautiful seat here. They can just stay there for as much as they care, but if they wanted to, they could probably take Eastmarch. I'm serious, they could take over the Stormcloak Rebellion, they could take Windhelm. I believe they could do it. The Rift is a very formidable region here, but let's go to the next one. We got Falkreathold. We've got 2 mines here, 2 farms, and that's just 1 farm. 1 wood mill and 1 settlement here. It's got sort of the same climate as this western and eastern part of Eastmarch, so there's plenty of agricultural potential here. I guess they just haven't gotten to that yet, but if they did get to it, they would be on par with the Rift over here and Whiterun Hold, which I will get into. But yeah, they got a good defensive position here too. They got nice water access. It's looking pretty good for Falkreathold, for the people of Falkreath. Are they self-sufficient? Absolutely. Moving on, we got Whiterun Hold. Tundra Plains. Oh, that's sweet. They've got a river going through here, the White River coming down from Lake Ilinalta, going down there. Now, if there weren't any waterfalls, they would be able to go straight to the sea if they had a port here, if the river was bigger. But nah, it's not, unfortunately. They do have 3 farms right outside the gates of Whiterun, and all of them are wheat mills, so that's pretty damn good. They've got a lot going for them, and they've got 2 other farms over here as well, so it's like, if you take farming into account, they are better than the Rift, but I'm still a huge fan of the Rift, so I believe they could take Whiterun hold. Now, are they self-sufficient? Of course, absolutely. They would be fine on their own. They could take other things too. They could take the Pale, they could take Winterhold if they really wanted to. Moving on, we got the Reach. Oh my gosh, this is a disgusting place. The craggy mountains, the rock faces, the cliffs, the deep cut valleys. Oh my gosh, it is a real pain to traverse in the game, let me tell you. You got some decent water access though. River coming down here from the mountains, 2 of them. Got the Karth River, the main river, which flows all the way through here past Solitude, which is the capital of Hofengar. I'll get to that later though. But the farming here is, oh, it's not good. The climate, it is very similar to Falkreath Hold, however, but it doesn't help them when there's rocks and cliffs and mountains everywhere. They've only got 1 wheat mill going on here. That's the only farm they have. They don't even have any wood mills, by the way, too. So that sucks. If they wanted to, they could get more agriculture projects going on, but they see this is very difficult to try. Sorry, I just yawned. It's like 1 in the morning right now, but that's all right. But I'm gonna blow your mind real quick. They have 6, count 'em, 6 mines in this region alone. They've got lots of ore, lots of things to trade, lots of revenue generation. But if that was out of the picture, could they survive on their own? Maybe, potentially. I believe they could if they really tried, if they got more agriculture going on. They got more farming operations. I believe they could do it, but in this current state, absolutely not. They would rely on others because there's just so much rocks and crap. They would probably ask Falkreath for help and Whiterun Hold. Now, let's hop on over to the next region known as Hjalmarch. Capital city is Morthal, and they've got lots of tundra marshes up in this northern part here. So that's kind of disgusting, honestly. Not much for farming there, except for maybe over here, right there. But this city of Morthal is situated right here in this undesirable spot. It's pretty gross here. I don't know why anyone would want to live there, but that's cool, I guess. To each their own. They got 2 mines here for revenue generation, right over here. They don't have any farms. I hate to break it to you, but they don't have any farms. They need food shipments and supplies from neighboring regions that have abundances of them. The climate is it's decent. It sort of separates here because it's probably like muggy, even in a tundra setting. It's probably sucks, probably blows, but we got a decent climate over here. They got mountains hugging them to the south, so they got a mid defensive position. If another one wanted to take them over, they would fold pretty quick though. So that brings us to the final question for Hjalmarch. Are they self-sufficient? No. No. No shot. They have more farming operations over here, yeah, but they don't have anything going for them. They're not self-sufficient, truly. But then that brings us to the next one here. Hafengar. One of the coolest regions. It's a nice little peninsula situated right here. We've got the Sea of Ghosts bordering it. We've got mountains on this side here that collect snow. And that is a sign of rain, or in this case, snow shadowing. Not much precipitation or not much snow falls on this side. It looks pretty neat over here. Pretty decent climate, especially for this gigantic city here, which is the seat of the Empire. The Empire is from Cyrodiil. They got a pretty decent foothold here. They got a port, a big port, might I add. They've got one farm, only one farm, which is confusing considering they got this gigantic city. But they have 2 wood mills, and they got potential for trading. But just that one farm next to this gigantic city. Sorry, I gotta yawn again. Oh boy, as soon as this is over with, I guarantee you, I am hitting the hay harder than anyone has ever hit the hay before. But this one farm brings me to think that this region, even if it is the headquarters of the Imperials, I don't think they're very self-sufficient. They could have more farming operations, but I guess they just choose not to. Pretty lazy of them to do. But let's say that these more powerful regions wanted to team up and maximize efficiency and create a bigger empire than this one. They could take the Reach, they could take Hjalmarch, they could easily take the rest of this, but this city is at a perfect defensive position. It's got an arch rock here, which the Blue Palace sits on top of. That's where the High King of Skyrim would sit, but he was assassinated by Officer Stormcloak over here. That's political lore. I'll let you figure that one out for yourself if you're interested in that, or if you play the game. But it is a perfect defensive position, and this is why I'm teetering on the edge of whether it's self-sufficient or not. Verdict is, maybe. I feel like it's in the same position as the Reach right now. They might be self-sufficient, truly. But I don't really think so, honestly. Now, what the whole point of this project was, I wanted to take one of my most beloved games of all time, not just mine, but many other people, and take a look at each of the 9 subdivisions in particular and see which one is the most powerful due to their natural resources, their positioning, the geography, the climate, the weather, and the natural resources they have at hand, what they can do with it to make themselves truly self-sufficient. I wanted to find out which ones would be totally fine on their own, and potentially if they could take over others without any difficulty. So the truly self-sufficient subdivisions we have are Eastmarch over here, the Rift, which in my opinion is the most powerful, mainly due to their defensive positioning, their geographical positioning, Falkreath Hold, Whiterun Hold. Oh yeah, just those 4. Yep. Hafengar and the Reach are at a maybe. Hjalmarch, the Pale, and Winterhold are at an absolute no shot. They're not going to make it on their own. But yeah, that's about it. See ya.